Good morning, students. Today we will continue with the one more chapter number 3, data handling. One of the interesting chapter. So the first question is, what is the meaning of data and how can we handle it? As you see in your surrounding area, in your book, in your class, in your nearby area, so many things are there. As you see on the blackboard at present, there are so many data. This is your table number 1, table number 2, and it is one of the small box, and something is written here, and it is in a very systematic manner. If you see here in table number 1, it is related with temperature of cities as on 20th June 2020. It is related with different city of their maximum and minimum temperature. And if you see in table 2, data showing weekly absentees in a class. Monday, how many students are absent on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday. Here star represents one child. It means on Monday 3 students were absent. Tuesday 2 students were absent. Wednesday only 1 student, and Thursday there was no student. So this is the, you can say, reflection of data. If you see, one more point is there, that is collection of data. How can we will collect the data? Okay, so if you see in this table, it is in a very systematic manner. First we will collect the data and then we will arrange the data. How can we will arrange the data? It depends on us. We arrange the data in ascending order or descending order. For example, if you see here, marks of 5 students in a maths test of 10 marks are 4, 5, 6, 8, 7. So we want to arrange the data in which manner? It depends on us. But first we have to collect the data. For example, during making the table, first I will collect the data. First I will take the cities, that is the collection. Then I will take the maximum and minimum temperature, that is again related with data. So how can we will collect the data and how can we put it in a well manner? How can we handle the data? This is the actual meaning of this chapter. That's why the name of the chapter is data handling. So I hope the concept of data and how can we will collect it, it will more clear to all of you. And this part, collection of data, is also related with organization. How can you organize it? How can you show it so that the other person, when see these things, they will easily learn something from them. Okay, so if you see the table, it is very easy for all of us. If you see this table, here it is related with a present of the students. On Monday, 3 students were present. On Saturday, 2 students were present. So with the help of this table, with the help of this collection, with the help of this data, we can easily identify, or we will tell to someone very easily. If you see this table, the marks of 5 students in a maths test of 10 marks are 4, 5, 6, 8, 7. So if we write in this manner 4, 5, 6, then 7 and then 8. It may be we will write here, first we will write 8, then 7, then 6, then 5, then 4. So how can we collect the data and how can we will arrange the data and how can we will organize it? So this is the concept related with this. Again I am repeating, this is the concept related with how can we collect the data and how can we will organize it. Sometimes we will organize in the form of table, sometimes we will organize in the form of small box, sometimes in ascending order. If you see here 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it is in ascending order from smallest to biggest, and this is your descending order from 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. So how can we will arrange the data? As per the previous class, pie chart was there, okay, or you can say pictograph was there, right? So with the help of this concept, we will organize any type of data. Now we will come to the next point, that is representative value. So what is the meaning of this? This includes mean, range, mode and median. So how can we will show the mean? What is the meaning of mean? What is the meaning of range? That I will tell you. So first we will come to on some examples. For example, if I am saying in a class test of maths, we will continue with first mean. Mean, for example, if I am saying in a class test, students are getting the mark in such a way: 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 and 3. So how can we calculate the mean? With the help of these data. These are known as data. These are known as observation. So we can say total number of observations are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So with the help of these 6 data, how can we calculate mean? So what we will do? If you see here, the formula of mean is sum of all observation divided by total number of observation. Sum of all observation means we will add all these things: 4 plus 5 plus 7 plus 8 plus 9 plus 3, and these are total 6 data. Now we will solve it. 4 plus 5 9, 9 plus 7 16, 16 plus 8 24, 24 plus 9 it is 33 plus 3 36 upon 6. It means we will get 6. It means we can say in a class test the mean of every 6 students is related with 6, and this mean is also known as arithmetic mean, or we can say it is also related with average. So if we want to calculate the average marks of a student, so this is the way of solving. If first we will write mean equals to sum of all observation upon total number of observation, then we will add all the given data or observation and divide by the total number of observation. We will easily get the mean as you see in this example. And mean is also known as arithmetic mean and average. Now in the same example, if we want to continue with range, what is the meaning of range? How can we will identify the range with the help of this given observation? So basically the meaning of range is maximum value minus minimum value. So as you see in these observations, the maximum value is 9. So we will write here 9. And the minimum value is 3. That's why we write 3. It becomes 6. And this coincidence, in this example we are getting mean and range same. As you see here, mean is 6 and range is also 6. So it is a coincidence. It is not necessary if both must be same. Okay. So I hope with the help of this example, it is very much clear to all of you how can we will express, how can we will calculate mean and range. Now we will come to on the second point, that is mode. How can we calculate the mode? So this time I will take one more example. If I am saying the given observations are 15, 23, 5, 9, 7, 8, and we will take one more, 10, 9 and 6. So how many observations are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 observations are there, 9 data are there. So how can we calculate mode from the following data, from the following observation? So if you see here, 9 is repeated 2 times, 9 and 9. And other numbers are repeated only 1 time. So because 9 occurs 2 times, 9 is occurs 2 times, that's why we can say in the given example, mode is 9. Now the question arises, can we say in a given example or in a given question, the value of mode is more than 1? Yes, it is possible. If I change the question, if I include some more numbers here, let's see what happens. If I am saying if 15 and 17, in this case, what is the value of mode? So as you see here, how many observations are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 observations are there. Out of these 11 observations, if we see, 9 occurs 2 times and 15 also occur 2 times. Both are occurred 2 times, we can say, in this example. So if you see 9 and 15, both are occurred 2 times and other numbers are only occur 1 time. It means we can say in this example the value of mode is 9 and 15 both. It means the value of mode is more than 1 as per this example. Now we will come to the next point, that is your median. So again I will take the concept of median with the help of an example. Median means middle observation. So how can we will calculate it? Median, and it is represented by capital M. So for example, if I am taking the data 10, 15, 8, 9, 7, 11, 15 and 12. So if you are see here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you will take one more data, that is your 2. So these are the observations given to us. Then how can we calculate the value of median? So in this case, first we have to arrange the data in ascending order. First we will arrange the given observation or data. First we will arrange the given observation in ascending order, and if you want to arrange the data in descending order, that is also possible. So how can we will arrange in ascending order? First we will take the lowest value, that is 2, then we will take 7, then 8, then 9, then 10, then 11, then 12. So 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then we will take both 15. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we can say total numbers of observation, this is equals to 9, and 9 is old. We know very well because it is not divisible by 2, that's why 9 is old. So how can we calculate the median? So if you see, out of these 9 observations, 4 from the left hand side and 4 from the right hand side. So what is the middle value? At present we can say the middle value is, that is the middle observation, and that is equivalent to 10. It means in this example, when 9 observations are given to us, first we will arrange the data or given observation in ascending order. If you want to arrange these data in descending order, it is also possible. Then we will see it is the odd number. So 4 from the left hand side and 4 from the right hand side we will remove. So the middle value is 10. So in this example, in this given observation, we can say the value of capital M of median is 10. But what happened when total number of observation is even? So this time I will change the question. I will take one more value or remove one more value. Let's see what happened. If I change the question, then how can we will solve it? If you see, total number of observations are only 8. Earlier it was 9. So how can we will solve same question? Okay. So first I will rub it. This time if you count, all the observations are total 8, and 8 is even because 8 is fully divisible by 2. So again, first we will arrange the given observation in ascending order. So first we will write 2, then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and then 15. And again we will count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It means total numbers of observation, this is equals to 8 and 8 is even. So how can we solve the value of median when total number of observation is even? So in this case, if you see out of the 8 observation, 3 from the left hand side and 3 from the right hand side. We just remove these data and we will take 9 and 10 both. Okay, so we will write here 9 plus 10 divided by 2, we will get 19 upon 2, and when we will solve it, we will get 9.5. It means in this case or in this different example, if the total number of observation is even, this is the way of solving the value of median as you see in this example. Again I am repeating, you will arrange the data in ascending order or descending order, it depends on you. In every case you will get the same value of median. So I hope with the help of introduction part, with the help of collection of data concept, and with the help of representative value which is related with mean, range, mode and median, you will solve any question which is related with observation. Okay, so whenever you will calculate median, first you will arrange the data in any order, it may be ascending order or descending order, and after that you will calculate the value of median. Same for mode. First you will see the data very carefully, write down the data properly. Once you write the data in the copy, please check it again, and then you identify with the help of the concept of mode. As I told for range, it is related with maximum value and minimum value. Write down the data carefully, then see what is maximum value and what is minimum value, and then solve the value of range. Same for mean. As you know very well, mean is also related with arithmetic mean or average. Then you will apply the formula of mean, put the values and then solve it. So I hope with the help of this concept, you will solve the more question which is related with data handling, or you can say the question which is related with mean, mode or median. In my next video, definitely I will tell something more about this chapter, that is data handling, that is related with bar graph and the concept of chance and probability. So thank you very much.